the gravy, please.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Ooh, it brings me to my knees.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
I can't start another.
Rick and Bubba, Rick.
All right, we're back. 23 minutes past the hour of the Rick and Bubba Show. Again, haggle no more for those of you. You know, we were thinking single moms, first-time buyers, people in those situations could be a real big help for you. Another thing that I'm always clueless on, they will help you. How much is your trade-in really worth? I never know that. I mean, it's in, and that way when you go in, you just know where you are. And
Look, I think a informed consumer is a wise consumer, and that makes for a whole better deal all the way around.
And, and a lot of people don't touch on the other side. I really also look at the aspect that you're also not wasting the dealer's time.
Right.
And, you already know where you stand when you get there.
And what you can and can't do.
We got a text back, by the way, from Brett Favre. Speedy.
He's on the phone. Speedy's talking to Brett right now.
Brett Favre, the announcement yesterday that he will not return to the NFL with the Vikings. Brett, welcome back to the program.
Good to have me on, guys.
All right, Brett, look, let me tell you.
Speedy wake you up, Brett?
Yes, sort of, you did.
Oh, did he really?
Brett,
sorry.
Brett, I'm so sorry.
I told him to wait till 9.
I mean, you finally say, no, I don't have to go to camp. I don't have to go to 2-a-days. I can sleep. And Speedy
you got the
takes
satellite trucks out of your front yard?
I don't. You know what? I don't know if they're gone yet. I haven't gone out the gate, but when me and my 10-year-old daughter last night went to a move, and when we came back, but 8:30, they were out there with the light shining, and one of the film was coming in, I guess. I don't know.
Goodness, gosh,
Do you ever go out there and just tell them to go 6 and out and throw them a few passes?
Well, we're right on the highway. I probably should say, look, go down 10 and take a left.
Go to the yellow stripe, brake right.
All right, yeah. Brett, I went through a range of emotions yesterday, as you can imagine.
Rick's your biggest fan.
And here's the range of emotions that I went through. And it was really bad because I was having dinner with my mother-in-law on her birthday, and the TV behind her popped up, Brett has made his decision. And she was talking to me, and the next thing I knew, my wife was going, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What?" And I was hung. So here's what I went through. Number one, I was crushed because I'll miss seeing 4 on the field. You're good for the NFL. You out there is always good. This thing with the Vikings and the Packers and the Jets was all weird to me.
And I'm the Viking fan.
I know, and Bubba is a Viking fan, so he was all for it.
Yeah.
But so there was that empty feeling of no more Favre in the NFL. Then that empty feeling went to elation to the fact that we can now deer hunt together.
Absolutely. Believe me, when Deanna came back from doing you guys' show, she brought me the book, you guys' hunting book, and I've thumbed through it now, and I feel like now I'm an expert hunter.
Now, Brett, let me ask you this: has Deanna, you've been around the house a while now? Has she said, maybe you need to get out there and play some more?
You know what she said this morning? She said, and I'm sitting here looking at her right now. She's making 2 egg sandwiches for me. And by the way, she said, tell you guys hello.
Hey,
look at her.
She came in this morning. I was sitting here in the kitchen, and she just kind of saddled up next to me, and she kind of jokingly said, now, what are you going to do the next 40 years? Now, I have to admit, she said that probably 3 times. 2 years ago when I retired from Green Bay, after we left the Jets this year, and then she's saying it now. So
you're on ESPN right now, by the way.
Yeah, I wish they'd show you more.
Does that get cool seeing yourself throw passes in slow motion on ESPN?
You know what? I haven't watched ESPN so long, guys. I mean, I've tried my best throughout this whole deal to not say hardly anything, and you know how it goes. I mean,
I know.
Pardon my French, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No, it's true.
I mean, regardless of whether, either you're talking too much or you ain't saying enough.
Well, and then you have to go with what's best for my family, and what, and you make the decisions on between you, your wife, and your daughter. I mean, really, at the end of the day, you and your daughters and your wife, that's really who has to make this call.
Yeah.
And everything else really doesn't matter.
It really doesn't, and it's hard to make a rational decision because of all the, the stuff that surrounds it. But I tell you, it goes without saying how tough it was. But our 10-year-old yesterday, after it was official, she and I were sitting out on the back porch, and she's not really a cuddly person. I mean, she will occasionally, but yesterday was different. She kind of wrapped her arms around me, started crying, and said, "Daddy, I really was hoping we could go to the Super Bowl one more time."
Oh!
Wait, Brett. Let's try that one time. Let's see if this fires you up. Right. Try this.
This is what Bubba already
I've been
had
playing
going.
this nonstop for a few days.
This was
here.
our Brett updates
All right.
here. It was
You know, and God love the Vikings. Is that what y'all had?
Do we need to get Fran Tarkington to come up and talk to you? Maybe some legends, Alan Page, Chuck Foreman. I mean, Adrian Peterson, he's going to get you a lot of yards on the ground, Brett. All you got to do is hand
Stop,
it to him.
Bubba.
Get
He's
out
made
of
his
the way.
decision.
No, you're
Between
right.
this and his
She
daughter.
said his daughter wanted to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, but she'll be glad her daddy's home all season.
Well, I
Till
hope
January.
so. I hope so. I mean, I tell you what, that was tough.
That one hurt, by the way, Brett. We're all dads. That one hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
you
that's-
thought it was going to be a special moment, and Daddy, I'm glad you're home. And it was, Daddy, I wish you would win the Super Bowl.
I thought that's what you were going to say. I wasn't ready for what you just
threw us
said.
a curve there,
I thought you said, Daddy, I'm so glad you're going to be home. I wasn't ready for that. I want to go to the Super Bowl.
I know. I mean, you know what? The last couple of years with her and our older daughter, who is in college now. I mean, she went through the whole thing, but she was fortunate enough to go to a Super Bowl and saw us win, and then unfortunately saw us lose one. But this one, I tell you, she the last couple of years was so tough on me. When you talk about pressure, the biggest pressure I faced the last few years was her telling me before I left to go to the game was that, Daddy, you need to win this game for me.
Oh, my goodness. All right,
I'm
Brett.
telling you, it got too much to bear.
How are we going to go to the
Brett,
break
I'm
on
in
that?
tears.
Brett, if we put you on hold
Can
for
you
5
hang on?
minutes and only spent 3 or 4 more with you, could we do that?
Sure.
All right,
Hang on, Brett.
More with Brett Favre right after this break.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.